Alright, what is up YouTube? I'm for giving you guys Seat A, Team 85's top 4 deck profile from Team League Chicago this past weekend. I ended up getting, well, my team got 4th place. We lost our 3rd and 4th playoff, and we also lost in top 4. Kind of sad, but we were the salty runoff, so it is what it is. So we're doing 3 deck profiles. Mine's first, it's Shadow Paladin. Tomorrow we will be doing the Thingsaber deck profile that was our Seat B, and then Chaos Breaker on Seat C. So, like I said, very, very, very good event. The prizes, really cool. Because we got our promos. So, Team 85 Zodiac. So, I was good old Seat A. So, I took Seat A because I figured every person would be playing Chaos Breaker. I have a decent Chaos Breaker matchup because I retired most of my shit. It was a good call. I ended up playing mainly other Shadow Paladin and other Chaos Breaker decks. I think I played 3 Chaos Breaker decks on Seat A all weekend. So, starter, 1 Judge Bow. Triggers, pretty standard. 4 heal, 4 of the Halal. Actually, first time ever in my life, I sent him into Soul to do stuff. Power up. 4 and 8 critical. Wrapping up my trigger lineup. Very, very, very standard, as you guys know from all of the experiences that I've had with Shadow Paladin. So, 2 Swordbreaker. A lot of people were talking to me about this before the event. They're like, are you still playing this card? I'm like, yes. A few people are trying to convince me to play Raging Form. I'm not a big fan of the deck. I can't be stupid retarded when I'm playing Raging Form, because you're playing a combo deck. And that's one of the problems I have with Raging Form as a deck is, yeah, you win if you pull off your combo, but if you have to ride a combo piece, you're down to 3 of copies of it left in the deck, and it just puts you in a really bad position. 2 Darkheart, combo for the Shadow Paladin Mirror, give you extra attacks, extra units from the deck as well, for basically free for a generation break. 3 Masquerade. Who doesn't love early game aggro? I know I don't. 4 Maclear. So, I was talking to a guy before the event about him playing Karma Collector versus Maclear, and he's like, oh, I've never had the problem of needing a Shadow Paladin extra Avenger. And then it ended up happening to him in the event that he needed it to be an extra Avenger name for his guy and to sacrifice to restand with the Abyss. But I hate to say it, but yeah, you do need damage on flipping, but if you manage your resources correctly, you should be fine. That's one of the things that this deck will give you. If you're very cautious in the way you do things, you should be fine. So, that's Maclear. And then 3 Dorant. Someone was trying to tell me that they wanted to only play 4 of this and only 2 Masquerade. The thing is, Masquerade lets you have it on Rearguard on grade 2 to get an additional attack. Meanwhile, you kind of lose that with Dorant. Yeah, I mean, once this hits the field, your opponent targets it, but I mean, you're still playing 2 copies of it anyway, so you should be able to get to it. It's kind of reverse logic. You would think. I mean, I'm not afraid to call this out turn 1 to get extra damage in, or to get 1 card out of my opponent's hand. Just playing with unknowns. Same thing with Masquerade. I mean, I just love the early aggro that that card can give you. Really controlling the game on the first couple of turns will prove to your opponent that you're not going to fuck around and that you can just get to where you need to be really quickly. Next up, grade 2s. 4 of the Blasted Dark Revenger. One of the best control cards in the game. Very, very heavy costed though for CB2, but you do have your own flipper, so you're not super worried about that. So, something to remember, you are playing aggro control. So you can control your opponents while being very aggressive. It's one of the things I love about the Blaster series. And then 4 Abyss here. I can just focus on your Vanguard. You can come at me, and then my blasters will control your board. It's definitely one of the more interesting things and strategies in this game, because you can hit me, yeah, for damage, that's fine, and then I'll clean up your board and take away your resources because of it. And it's definitely one of the things I like about this deck, though, is because no matter how aggressive you are, you can play a control game with various amounts of cards. And then my last grade 2s are 3 Maka. I was having a discussion with someone about this, too. Someone was talking about playing mana over it. I mean, yeah, Mana's a good card, don't get me wrong, but I'm still playing this card for the Shadow Mirror. Just the ability to recuperate my back row. I mean, this turns into a Star Call. Star Call calls out another unit. So everything that I just sacrificed, fully replenished for free. So there's that. Grade 3s. For Mordred, I hate this card with a terrible passion. I wish we had a more relevant card to play. However, it does let Judge Bao resolve, so I can't be super angry at him for that. I just wish he was a little bit better. So, for Mordred, and then for Abyss, of course, one of your many win conditions in the deck. So, pretty standard grade 3 lineup. And last but not least, the G-Zone. 1 Madu, 1 Grim, 2 Aura Geyser, and 4 Diablo. Now, you're probably looking at this and going, why the hell is he not playing Spectral Diablo? I'm not playing Karma Collector, so my resource management for my unflipping, a little bit harder to control. Grim Recruiter puts more pressure on my opponent to set up another column. Madu lets me get general recyclability going, something that the deck does need because I'm not playing Stride Fodder. And these 2 cards are free. Unlike Aura Geyser and Diablo, who both require Counterblast. So I don't want to bulk down myself. Also, for Generation Break 2, I mean, yeah, having a restand is cool, but I feel that this thing punching for 3600 with 2 damage is equally as good. I mean, I could be wrong about that, don't get me wrong, but it just seems like any time that Spectral would have tried to be relevant, I just feel that Diablo was better. So, there's that. Overall, I lost Sanctuary Guard in top 8. Top 4, my opponent's at 3 damage. He's playing Diablo. I have 1 chance to win. I flip over, gain the extra critical. 3 drive checks, any critical, I win the game, and I didn't hit it. I mean, it sucked. And then in the 3rd, 4th playoff, I was the only one that won my game because Diablo ended up doing his thing. So, it was against Chaos Breaker too. So, very, very, I know it was, I think top 4 was Revenger Mir. I ended up winning that game, but my team ended up losing. So, my Chaos Breaker friend ended up getting hit with Lunatic for 4 crit when he didn't have a PG in hand. So, sometimes Yu-Gi-Oh! Just happens. Or, in this case, Cardfight Vanguard. So, guys, that is C-Day's Revenger deck list. Leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. As you can tell, the build never changes. It's still resilient. Playing this deck is becoming harder and harder as the meta's evolving, and I can tell you that it feels like it's going to creep very soon. So maybe I'll have to do something. I'll figure it out. Still got testing to do. So, alright guys, I'm out. Peace.